Natural resources. When does nature become a resource? Simply put, it becomes one when we use parts of nature to meet human needs. Nature means everything living and non-living that exists without human making. But nature becomes a resource only when we use it. For example, turning wood into furniture, or channeling river water for drinking and farming. To put it formally, a resource is anything that can satisfy human needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable. So if oil lies too deep under the ocean, or if a grove is sacred and not to be cut, it is not yet a usable resource. Finally, natural resources are those drawn directly from nature, such as land, water, air, minerals, forests, wildlife and sunlight, often used with little or no modification. That's how nature becomes a resource. To begin with, we are going to study how natural resources are classified. Broadly, there are two complementary ways: on the basis of use and on the basis of renewability, that is, can the resource renew itself? Classification on the basis of use. To start with, resources can be grouped by how we use them. Essential for life. Some resources are vital to survival: air, water, and food grown in soil. Since we cannot manufacture these from scratch, therefore we depend on Earth's systems to supply and cycle them. Materials. Next, we shape nature's gifts into useful or beautiful things, for example, a log into a chair or a carved figure. Because India's varied geography provides wood, marble, coal, metals, and more, therefore these materials support livelihoods and crafts. Energy. Finally, energy runs cities, transport, and industry. We draw it from coal, water, hydropower, petroleum, natural gas, sunlight, and wind. However, the energy mix we choose affects cost, pollution, and long-term sustainability. Classification on the basis of renewability. Now, we ask a second question: can the resource renew itself? To answer this, let's first recall to natural processes that keep ecosystems healthy. Restoration. It means healing what is damaged. For example, a forest regrows after a fire. Regeneration. It goes further. It creates conditions for new life and long-term thriving. For example, a fallen tree decomposes, enriches the soil, and feeds the next generation. Thus, in healthy natural cycles, nothing is wasted. Renewable resources. Renewable resources are those natural resources that can replenish themselves naturally within a short period of time if used responsibly. Examples include sunlight, wind, flowing water, forests, and soil. These resources can support us only if we use them within nature's rhythm. Known renewable resources. Known renewable resources are those that are formed over millions of years and hence cannot be replaced within a human timescale once they are depleted. Examples include coal, petroleum, and many metals. Since we consume them far faster than nature can replace them, they are considered finite. Therefore, although India's coal reserves are significant, their availability is limited, making it wise to use them judiciously while shifting towards cleaner and renewable alternatives. Our choices play a very crucial role. How responsibly or carelessly we use these resources determine whether these resources remain available for the future. Distribution of natural resources and its implications. Resources are not evenly spread, whether across the globe or within a country. This uneven distribution shapes where people settle, how jobs emerge, and how trade flows. Industries often grow near resource-rich areas, creating opportunities but also leading to costs like displacement or threats to sacred lands. Since rivers, forests, and minerals do not follow political boundaries, sharing them can create tension. The Kaveri River dispute between Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Puducherry shows how delicate negotiation and fair management are essential. The natural resource curse. The natural resource curse is the idea that abundant resources don't always bring prosperity. Many regions grow slower by neglecting high-value industries. India has mostly avoided this by building key industries, but the real challenge is using resources sustainably. In the end, governance and planning decide whether resources become long-term assets or short-term gains. Responsible and wise use of natural resources. Stewardship. Stewardship means using resources responsibly so they can restore and regenerate. Sustaining life requires wise use, letting renewable resources like water and soil recover, and using known renewables carefully. Irresponsible exploitation has already caused pollution, biodiversity loss, and accelerated climate change. Let us look at examples in India. In Punjab, overpumping for wheat and paddy has severely lowered water tables and caused chemical contamination. The cement industry is a major polluter, releasing harmful dust, though eco-friendly alternatives are now being promoted. Sikkim became India's first fully organic state, improving soil health, raising farmer incomes, and boosting ecotourism. India's leadership in renewable energy. In 2015, India and France launched the International Solar Alliance to promote solar power among sunshine-rich countries. India has funded solar projects abroad, sharing expertise and affordable financing. Landmark projects like the Bhadla Solar Park highlight India's shift from fossil fuels to clean energy, balancing environmental responsibility with economic growth. Access to clean water and air is still unequal, with pollution hurting the vulnerable most. True stewardship means respecting nature, ensuring fairness, and focusing on regeneration. As the Bhagavad Gita teaches through Loka Sangraha, we must act for the well-being of all. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures, and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev to ensure you score well in your school exams. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for class 8. Thank you.